So it's been 1 year of no contact and you still want your ex back. And no contact fucking hurts. It's really tough because no contact is the story of loving yourself more than you love your ex. It's about loving yourself more than the desire to get your ex back. And no contact is one of the most painful things you can do because it's, in a way, it's a form of self-harm, but it's a positive form of self-harm. You're taking your medicine, however bitter that may be, so you can feel better tomorrow. So why do you still want your ex back, and why do you still feel pain after 1 year of no contact? That's what I'm going to discuss today. Welcome back to The Love Fix. As always, it's Nick, doing my best to get you through your breakups as easily and as healthily as possible. If today's video is not enough for you, there are two things you can do. Or rather, there are two links that you can look at. If you go to my description below, there's a link for my one-to-one coaching services if you need my help with your heartbreak situation, or you can come and join the amazing Facebook group that has got over 4,000 people in it now, and come and join the community. With all that said, let's get into it. So this pain you are still feeling after 1 year, sometimes we refer to this as a breakup relapse. And I've spoken about this many times before, but what a breakup relapse is that you've kind of accepted the situation, you're doing fine, you're getting out there, you're meeting new people, you're going on adventures, you're in the gym, you're losing weight, you're doing all this great stuff. And then one day you wake up and your brain fucks you over good. It just flicks a switch and all of a sudden, day one of the breakup, right back there thinking about your ex, or maybe you had a bad dream, or maybe you saw something on TV, you heard a song, smell, and it just reminded you of your ex. Now, why does this happen? So a breakup relapse is your brain's way of having one last shot at getting you to go back to where you last felt safe, and it comes down to survival mechanisms. And if we go back 200,000 years, when living in a group was far safer because we had natural predators, if we were expelled from the group, our anxiety response would be get back into the group, otherwise that predator's going to eat you. So we still have that survival mechanism today, and this is why breakups can feel like an emotional death, because it's tied to our identity, and our identity is tied to our survival. So if something threatens that identity, it threatens that survival, it feels like an emotional death. So even 1 year on, maybe you've done the work, you've done the therapy, you've done all the coaching and stuff like that. Breakups take a long time to process, to get through, to get over. And in fact, I've read a study, and I can't remember where now, that it said the average person takes 3 to 4 years to fully get over someone. And I guess that would ring true of my own personal history. Every breakup that I've had, it's been about, I'd say 2 to 3 years where I thought, okay, look, I've dealt with this, I'm good, I'm moving on, and I'm okay dating others, so on and so forth. So it's perfectly normal for you to feel shit still 1 year later. And in the grand scheme of things, if you've been with your partner 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, 1 year is not that much time. So you must get over your ex correctly, not quickly. And you must accept that no contact fucking sucks. It sucks balls, guys. But it's better than reaching out to your ex and getting rejected again and again and again, opening that wound even more, and you having to start over and over again. So it is taking your medicine. No contact is taking the bitter medicine, and quite often the bitter medicine is the one that is the most helpful. You know, cancer sufferers have to take chemotherapy, and that's literal poison to the human body. But it's better to suffer some of the side effects of chemotherapy to save the body. So, and that's the same with no contact. So guys, if you're doubting no contact, or you're finding it too hard, and you just want your ex back, that's okay. How you feel is okay. But what other fucking choice do you have? There is no other choice than to do no contact. Because I'm willing to bet most of you have tried to reach out to your ex, and you've tried and you tried and you tried, and where did that get you? So if doing the same shit over and over again is not working, then you may as well try something different. So why do you still want your ex back? And I think for me, for a lot of people, okay, one, you love that person, that's okay. You're attached to that person. That's normal. That's being human. But I think for a lot of people, we tie up too much of our own identity into one person. And as I specified earlier, if someone threatens our identity, that threatens our survival. So if you've got too much tied up in one person, rather than maybe 50 or 60% of your identity being threatened, all of your identity will be threatened. And I'm sure there are some people here listening where you've had easier breakups than others. So there'll be some times where you may have been the dumper and it didn't take you too long to get over that person. And there are other times you've been the dumpee and it didn't take you that long to get over that person because not so much of your identity was tied up into that person. Now, we can flip that. I've been the dumper and I've ended things because it wasn't working and it was toxic. And I had a hard time getting over that person because maybe too much of my identity was tied up into one person. I was spending way too much time trying to fix the relationship or trying to repair them, heal them, fix them. That's not my job. It's not my responsibility. That's not your job. It's not your responsibility. So if you can find a balance between, okay, I know my identity, I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I'm going to invest 50% of my identity into this relationship, and your partner, whoever that may be in the future, invest 50% of their identity into the relationship, you have 100%. So if that does end, not all of you is tied up in one person, and maybe it just might make it a little bit smoother. But at the end of the day, guys, breakups fucking suck. And I can tell you from someone that's been a dumper and been a dumpy, I never woke up one morning and thought to myself, I know what would be a good idea. I'm going to end this relationship because I'm bored. Or just for the fuck of it. Let's see what happens. Let's see how she responds. No. Because a relationship is a fundamental shift in your life. And a breakup is a fundamental shift in your life. And human beings typically do not like change. We actually really like homeostasis. And for those of you who don't know what that means normality. We like to stay in the middle. We like to be consistent. Unless you've got some trauma issues that you need to take care of. So it's okay if you're 1 year in and you're still hurting and you still want your ex back. Guys, it was 18 months before I felt reasonably okay. It was 2 years before, okay, I can do this. And it was 3 years where it was like, okay, I'm fucking smashing this now and I'm doing good. So be kind to yourself. It's okay. It's okay to hurt. Get over them correctly, not quickly. You are enough. You will be okay. And I will see you on the other side.